Right, big up to everyone that's locked and loaded. I have been alerted to this video and simply I can't exactly believe what I was hearing. I haven't listened to all of it. Actually, I kind of stopped it around the 30-second mark. I wanna react properly to this. So big up to the Liverpool fans that sent me to this on the private messages on the Discord. If you want to get involved, let me know. Like the video, smash the likes, all of that good stuff, right? But this man just doesn't know when to stop letting emotions get the better of him. And it's not like a game's happened. We're not being reactionary. It's not the first video. You know, we've seen this guy in particular, you know, wish crazy injury on a player. You know, he couldn't care less if he broke his leg, something along that reference. And, you know, he's rejuvenated himself since his the nasty comments when it came down to, obviously, Muslims, I don't know how long ago, a year or so ago. And a lot of that really nearly put him right in the bin, cancelled, and pretty much had to do what he had to do. You guys pretty much know the story. So I'm going to go and react to this. Some of you may know what it is, but I'm going to tell you right now. The first opening lines from what I was hearing, I was like, okay, whatever. It's just a fan being a fan. But it's the part after that. It's a disgrace. It is a disgrace, right? But let me play the video.
The Jota thing. You see the way Mo Salah is deeply affected by losing Jota. This is what teammates can really mean to each other.
I didn't even hear that part before. I downloaded the video, the clip. I didn't even get told. I didn't even get. How on earth? Wait, hold on. Let me rewind that. I didn't imagine.
It really sort of hit me yesterday when we were about to line up. Like, this fucking prick isn't turning up, and we're, you know, and I understand you don't care about the fans.
Yeah, look, Isak, football club, it's going left. I understand that part. You know what I mean? Like, no fan wants to lose their best player. You know, I remember losing Cristiano Ronaldo back in the day, one of our best players. I remember when Wayne Rooney put in a transfer request and was flirting with Chelsea. You know, we've seen Steven Gerrard flirting with Chelsea. We've seen many stars leave their clubs over the years. But you know what my issue is with Newcastle fans? Some of them, not all of them, is that they don't know how to act. They think they're one of the big boys, but losing their stars is like unimaginable. I mean, sorry, as Sir Alex Ferguson once said, we club in the northeast, maybe not so much anymore, but let's be real, like, it's not the stature of Liverpool. I don't see the same energy being spoken for the likes of Johan Visser, who's deleted everything to do with Brentford on his Instagram page. He's pretty much forced in a move. He's at that point where he's got 1 year left. You could pretty much accept that from fans. You know, you got 1 year left. You got your last big hurrah. You know, you want to go make the name for yourself with whatever time you've got left in football at the top of your game in his prime years. I can understand that part. I do agree to some part that I think Isak has gone overboard, and I don't feel like his agents played the game correct. I don't feel like he's acted in a correct way, but I'm not Isak. I don't know how he's feeling, and I respectfully don't know what's been said by the club of Newcastle. But anyways, continue.
Right, even though they literally worship you, and you know you were on the fucking bus a couple of fucking weeks ago, celebrating as if you loved us all and telling the cameras whatnot, you know, I love Newcastle, da 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 da.
That happens with everyone. Do you know what I mean? I've seen Enzo point to the badge of Benfica, and then before you know it, he's on the plane to England, London, to go sign with Chelsea. If you want a reference. How many times? That's nothing new. Yeah, of course you love the club, but wages, everything that's surrounding ambitions, you know, that sometimes you have to give away your love to achieve something greater, or you have to move on. Isak wants the bigger club, whatever, however you want to see fit. Whatever. You are well within your rights to feel how you want to feel about players that want to go to other clubs. Sure.
But like the Jota thing, you see the way.
You know, when you mention Jota, sorry for pausing so quickly. Rest in peace, Diogo Jota. right? I really loved how all the clubs acted on the weekend for him. Wolves was the tifo they had, Liverpool as well, minute silent. Like he clearly meant a lot to a lot of players, people, fans, friends, family. He meant a lot. He really did. So when you do mention his name, you need to tread carefully. This is the part that I didn't hear. This part I heard another part. So what I heard at the start, before as I was playing it, this is nothing but shocking.
Mo Salah is deeply affected by losing Jota. This is what teammates can really mean to each other.
I'm struggling to comprehend how one can compare a death to what teammates can mean to one another. For someone's grief or how they grieve in public or behind closed doors is a whole different avenue of feelings and thoughts, in my honest opinion, to someone leaving your club because they want to, I don't know, better their career or find something better for themselves. It's a howler. It's shocking and disgusting. I don't have a lot of comparisons when it comes to words. I'm not crazy with my vocabulary, but how the Liverpool players will be struggling with grief following the death of their teammate and close friend Diogo Jota, and justifying it to how, in any way, how it's even somewhat similar to Newcastle players having to deal with Isak refusing to play, let alone sign a new deal, is the most out of touch thing I've come across probably in 2025. It's bad enough you had certain fans trying to boo, and we've had racial attacks. And of course, there's a big war going on. If people didn't notice, that's the most disgusting thing probably in this whole century. And there's other bits and bobs up for you lot to decide. I suppose it's subjective to you guys. But in football terms, this is the worst take I feel like I've heard in forever. And you know what? Sometimes you should think before you speak. And I'm a big, like, I sometimes, especially when I first started on YouTube, I was really speaking my mind however I felt and not really trying to gauge how someone may feel, right? So I'm a little bit of a hypocrite on that part, but I feel like you grow as you get older regardless, and you treat things differently. But for someone that's been treading on thin ice, considering the words that he was mincing only last year, the year before, to therefore come out with a remark such as that, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should really be ashamed of yourself. How can you ever? That's nasty work. It's this horrible. I'm gonna play it a little bit longer. 1 second. I want to see what else comes up.
Do you know what I mean? And like, we've all worked.
Why is my man also bopping his head? Why are you agreeing? There are two other people in this video, but I've decided to not show them because one was truly not showing much interest, and the other one really turned, like, you could see by reaction of face, you can see it for yourselves. You can see that they're really not in touch with all of that. They're not trying to hear it.
In jobs before, and you have the camaraderie where it's like, you don't want to see your fucking mates struggling without you. And the fact that he's just told that whole bunch of lads who, remember, Dan Burn had to defend the ball in order to get the ball up to Isak. People like Anthony Gordon.
I'm sorry, I'm done with this video. Yeah, you know I'm done with this video. Yeah, I don't need to hear no more. I don't care what football talk they go into and what Isak debate they feel like they're on the right side of history with, or however they, I don't know. I couldn't care less what Dan Burn had to do when he had to, or struggling with teammates because he had to kick the ball up so you can go and win the flipping Carabao Cup. Who cares? Get over it. It's just nasty work. I feel like sometimes content creators have a responsibility when they have such a platform as big as that guy is, who likes to get pegged. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have a responsibility to say things in a certain way. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't strive away from who you are, but there is a way of saying things and whatnot. And that's just my 2 pence. Maybe that's probably advice to myself for the future, for future me, for future you. I don't know. But that there cannot run, and that there needs to be policed. So please, in future, just do better. Whether you agree with me or not, I don't know. Anyways, people, I'm out. That's just my thoughts. That's just my take. Thank you.